Hello guys and welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to attempt to destroy my DBMS project using SQL injection attack. SQL injection is a type of code injection technique in which malicious SQL statements are inserted into an entry field for execution. So this was my DBMS project from first year, and it's almost been 2 years since I completed this project. So there's a lot of drawbacks with this project, as you can observe, particularly the UI and UX. And so I wanted to continue with this project since at that time my aim was to understand the evolution of web technologies and the need for the most modern technologies. So yeah, I haven't used even JavaScript for this project, and there's a lot of drawbacks. So I used HTML, CSS, PHP and MySQL, and that's why we can attempt the SQL injection attack now. So yeah, before we move on to the attack, let's check our database, which I did in MySQL. So the database I created was called Worlds and Wanderers, and let's see all the tables. So show tables, and these are all the tables available to us in the database, and let's check out a few of them. So select star from customer, and this is the table that contains the username and the passwords. So yeah, let's check out another one. So select star from books. Yeah, so let's go ahead and sign in. So I'll use the username as Christine DeJos. So yeah, let's go ahead with searching for a book. So yeah, we have a text field here, and let's use this text field as the entry field for our SQL injection attack. Now it's asked us for a name of the book. So yeah, let's just try it out without SQL injection. So Harry Potter, and it tells us that no books were found, and the names and details of some other available books. And at the end we have these two options: purchase a book or back to home page. Now let's just go back. Before we move on with the SQL injection attack, let's take a look at the code that gets executed as a result of clicking the search button. So we get the book name that was entered by the user and then store it in the variable called name. And this is the line of code that we are interested with. So it's a string that says select star from books where name equal to opening single quotes, and then the variable is book name is concatenated, and then closing single quote is concatenated with the string at the end. So for SQL injection, let's add a single quote here and then a semicolon. So we are explicitly closing that SQL statement there, and we can add our SQL statement that must be injected into the code. And let's say delete star from books and close the statement, and let's add a hash here. So the hash is a single line comment in MySQL, and we can also create a single line comment with a double hyphen, but I'll just go ahead with the hash. So what we are doing is we close the first SQL statement with Harry Potter and then a single quote and a semicolon, and we added the next SQL statement and then close that with the semicolon and commented everything else with the hash. So this closing single quote gets commented and it does not cause any errors. Yeah, so let's try it out. So we get these two errors that say trying to get property num rows of non-object. Yeah, so let's take a look at our database now. So this was our previous result when we tried to view the details of all the books in this books table. Yeah, let's try the select star again. Unfortunately, our SQL injection attack did not work, and my plan was to drop the entire database at the end. So I referred the official PHP documentation for multiple statements, and so I used the query function for executing our SQL statement. So as you can see here, but SQL injection attacks are possible only with the multi_query function, and this was done on purpose by the PHP developers, as is mentioned under security considerations in the official documentation. And they have also mentioned that an attacker may try to add statements such as semicolon drop database MySQL or semicolon select sleep of 999, which could render the entire thing unresponsive. So yeah, if the attacker succeeds in adding SQL to the statement string, but if the multi_query function was not used, then the server will not execute the second injected and malicious SQL statement. Now this is because an extra API call is used for multiple statements to reduce the likeliness of SQL injection attacks. And the query function and the real query functions do not set a connection flag, which was necessary for activating the multiple queries in the server. If you want to know more about this, you can visit the PHP documentation for multiple statements. So this video wasn't as fun as we thought, but we learned something new and we have more respect for PHP MySQL connections now. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Thank you.